Here is my Nintendo Wii that I grew up with. This is probably one of my favorite consoles of all time. I got it in 2008, so when I was 7. Wish I had all the cords because I want to plug it back in. So I have a Nintendo Wii. Here is my Nintendo Game Boy. I got this when I was 5. Yeah, Nintendo Game Boy. Still have all my games. Has my name engraved on the back. Freaking sick as hell, if you can see that. I can't find my Nintendo DS because it is MIA, which of course means milking incredible Asians. Yeah, sure. Oh wait, I found it. Nintendo DS. Yeah. Got this when I was, I don't know, 7, maybe 6. Maybe 6 or 7. So there it is, Nintendo DS. And just for the people who yelled at me in the comments, here is my Xbox 360. I love this thing. One of my faves. Got me through a lot of gaming. So, what is the point of me doing this all right now at this moment? Well, my point is that I thought this might help ease you into the video that you're about to watch, because obviously you saw the title. I don't really think I like Nintendo anymore.
Got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I thought of Nintendo very highly when I was a kid. I even bought the first Switch. Well, I didn't buy it, I got it for Christmas, but I still have the first Switch. And I thought it was pretty neat. Point is, I hate Nintendo so much. Nintendo Gaming Company, the pioneers of gaming. I mean, you got the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the Nintendo 64, GameCube, Wii, Wii U, and Nintendo Switch. All of these consoles have a place in gaming history. I never had a problem with Nintendo. That little plumber could kill a man in cold blood, but I would still be playing Wii Sports table tennis like I'm fucking Marty Supreme. But there's been a shift in the gaming industry. No longer are video game companies trying to make the best games they can. No, they want to make the most profitable game they can. Fortnite made everyone go, oh, we need to make a game where you can play as Homer Simpson and Kim Kardashian and also get the gritty. Microtransactions, microtransactions, microtransactions. And now they're feeding off of people's nostalgia. Specifically, gamers.
Patrick, do you know what this thing is?
Stinky.
We are getting remakes of games that came out less than a decade ago. And this is where Nintendo's kind of lost me. So let's backtrack for a bit. We're going into the Nintendo Switch era. Everything's looking good. Hell, it might be even better than good.
These candies.
The candies?
These the ones.
Jeez, the candies! The candy man's home. Ow. Oh, wait, did I just get a cavity? Someone called a dentist. Like, oh my goodness, bro. You know how many people are gonna be copying this off the shelves? They're gonna be like, shh, give me that. Like, are you dumb?
We got a new Mario game that gets rave reviews. New Zelda game that sells more copies than the soap that Sydney Sweeney made. There was a new way to play consoles on the go and at home. The Switch was revolutionary. Times were good. The problem with this new era of Nintendo is, well, like I said, the gaming industry has changed. This, of course, brings me into the first part of my argument. Nintendo just doesn't really have that many games. Yeah, this might be a hot take. I mean, even if I was watching this, I'd probably think that I was, you know, an idiot. You're right. I do think you're an idiot. What I'm trying to say here is that I just don't feel that Nintendo is giving us very big, exciting releases. Nintendo seems to follow the same path every time they release a new console. It releases a new Mario Kart, it releases a new Mario 3D platformer, and probably a new Zelda game. While they're at it, add in Animal Crossing and you got 3 great games to play. Beyond that, it's hard for me personally to find anything else to play. The Switch 1 was not a friendly device when it came to third-party games. I remember buying NBA 2K20 for the Switch and the horrors I had to witness. The Switch 1 was only powerful enough to play games that were made for the Switch, which means that you can't really play The Witcher 3 on the Switch. You're gonna get a terrible frame rate, the graphics are gonna look like shit, and you're not going to enjoy it. And I understand that this also might come down to personal tastes as well. Some Nintendo games are just not for me, and I can accept that. People love Pikmin, but I never was really into it. But I understand that people love Pinkman. Jesse Pinkman. So already, I know that most of you are probably in the comments, getting your grimy fingers all over your keyboard, telling me how I suck and calling me slurs or whatever. But I will admit that some of my distaste for Nintendo has been because they lack the proper amount of games to keep me satisfied. Without the third-party games coming to Switch, it felt like my Switch was merely a side bitch that would only get used when I either remembered it existed or I was bored of my PS4 and PS5. To be a console that wants to compete for the top spot in gaming, I think you kind of need to have those third-party games. Compared to what I got when I had the Wii, it just felt like the Switch didn't have that much. But even still, I loved my Switch. I played it for hours on end. The games that I did have, I loved my Switch, and I still play my Switch to this very day. At my heart, I'm still a Nintendo boy. And then they released the Switch 2.
Skylar, where is the money?
I fucked Ted.
Companies don't like their customers. I tend to say this a lot in my videos, but I'm going to say it for the people at the back. No one likes you. What companies like is your money. They do not like you personally. So freaking Lily over there, companies don't like you. Pull out your wallet and they'll be your friends forever. But they are not going to save your life. Just because Nintendo made some of your favorite games growing up does not mean that they will spare you from paying crazy prices for their products. And nothing made that clearer than the release of the Nintendo Switch 2.
Flappin' Flotsam, what's that?
$700. That's insane. This is insanity. It's preposterous. It's preposterous. It's way too much money to be spending on a console that is famously known as being as powerful as the PS4 Pro, which is a console that came out
8 fucking years ago.
Correction.
9 fucking years ago.
To give you some reference, here are 5 other things that you could do with $700. You could give it to charity and be a good person.
Fuck you.
You could give that money to me and be a better person.
Shut up, cunt.
Please DM if you're actually interested. You could buy me DoorDash.
And what I would.
All right, fuck you, fatso.
Point is I'm not that fat, okay? Okay. I'm not that fat.
You could buy a lot of beer and become alcoholics like real men.
I wanna feel what I thought was never real.
You could buy 2 Apple Watches, or you could buy a pizza oven, which I don't know about you, but personally, I'd probably go for the pizza oven. Like I said, guys, money talks.
Spencer, why would you tell them our secret, you fool?
What the fuck? It's really hard to spend my hard-earned money on a console that I know is not as powerful as the newer stuff that's coming. The only reason that I would get it is to play the Nintendo games that you can't play anywhere else. But personally, in that aspect, like I just said, I don't feel like I'm missing out on much. Yeah, it does kind of suck that I can't play that new Donkey Kong game. But I got over it. I haven't even finished Breath of the Wild, so Zelda's kind of out of the picture in terms of games that I really want to play on the Switch too. I just couldn't beat a boss in the Zelda game. I really like that game. I just couldn't beat it, and then I just kind of gave up. There's no Mario stuff out right now on the Switch 2. Animal Crossing is still on the first Switch. The new Mario Kart, it looks okay, but I don't feel like I really need it. Nintendo has not made a game that I have been obsessed with since maybe Smash Ultimate and Mario Odyssey. And of course, like I said, Breath of the Wild, until I gave up halfway through. Sorry again, guys. Back to the money problem. Personally, I think that games should cost between $70 to $80 Canadian. So for you Americans out there, that's $59 to $69. So let's take a look at how much the Switch 2 games cost. Well, a Switch 2 game costs, in Canadian money, what? $100?
Wow, man. Damn.
I can't even afford to buy your new console. How am I supposed to spend $100 on your games?
Only $10,000. That's not so bad. I'll just subtract it from today's profit. And there's no money in here.
Yeah, I would love to play the new Donkey Kong. I would also love to play the new Mario Kart. But to put it in terms of how many days of pay that would cost me to actually purchase those games, no thanks. Actually, I'm fine. I could go without them. You know, maybe I'm just not that desperate. And what hits the nail into the coffin is the fact that these prices never change. This is the price of the game forever. Nintendo doesn't tend to do sales. If we look at Gabe Newell, I hope I said Gabe right. Gabe, you know, Gabe from Steam. If we look at Gabe, the Chad of gaming, of course, he puts down all Steam games like on sale every month. I got Kingdom Come Deliverance on Steam for $8. It's really good. Miyamoto-san literally just stands there with his hand open, waiting for you to hand him your entire university fund, which already is non-existent for your boy. Like, what are you telling me? A game that came out almost a decade ago is still full price? They are repackaging games like Super Mario Galaxy for $69, which is the same fucking price that the game cost when it came out 18 years ago. Sometimes this is actually good, believe it or not. I will admit that I sometimes sit on games when I have them in my Steam wishlist and I wait for them to go on sale to buy them. With Nintendo, I don't have to worry about that because the game prices never change. They always stay the same price. In a way, it is consistent, but it's also very anti-consumer. And something that Nintendo's never really been hard on. And it does not give me a hard-on when I see it.
Alan, we are so fucked.
Nintendo fans are probably very mad at me, and I completely understand. I am not going to argue with you. But there is good news here, guys. The one thing that I think Nintendo does well is that they make really good games. It's hard for me to pick any of their AAA games and say that any of them are bad. Both the new Zelda open world games are spectacular. Odyssey is the best new Mario game. Donkey Kong Bonanza has everyone talking about how cool monkeys are.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak.
The quality of the games are not the problem. I think a lot of this is just personal for me. I owned a Switch for 8 years and I've never really played it consistently. It just ends up being one of those things that gets covered in dust until I feel an urge to play something on it. But every time I open it, I soon realize there isn't much there for me. But to have a new console that is the same price, if not more, as the PlayStation 5, but runs only as well as the PlayStation 4. That seems crazy to me. Not to mention that the Switch 2 also doesn't have an OLED screen that they put on the newer versions of the Switch. I don't know, it just feels like they're so behind, and it's kind of crazy. To see that the selling point of your new console is having game chat, something that has existed for literal decades now, is insane. The first Switch should have already had all of what the Switch 2 offers. Seeing the Switch 2 get praised for stuff that just regular gaming things should have pisses me off. Oh look, you guys can get cameras so you can see your friends while you play Mario Kart. Only additional $69.99. You know what else you could do? You could go outside and make real friends like a real person and stop being a chud who lives in their mother's basement. Or just like, you know, play a PC where you can just get Discord and turn on Facecam. Nintendo used to be a company that constantly wowed me with how great they were in revolutionizing the gaming world. The Wii gave us motion controls that allowed us to interact with specific moments in gaming. The Nintendo 64 brought us into the 3D world. The Switch allowed us to play at home and on the go, but the Switch 2 is just what the Switch 1 should have been, and it's still lagging behind some of the other juggernauts of gaming. We're evolving, but backwards. I feel like Nintendo is also very focused on getting into the film world, which has also been kind of terrible to say the least. They have a new Zelda movie coming out next year. Expectations are low. for your guy. So yeah, I do hate Nintendo, but it's also because I've evolved as a gamer. I do not enjoy the games that Nintendo offers anymore. That's not to say that other people can't. I just don't personally. But it's also hard to enjoy any of their games when the price is basically a day's worth of pay for me. For me, I just see Nintendo as a greedy company. I mean, most companies are, but the extent that they go to take away your hard-earned money for tech that is 10 years behind is just horrendous. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this video. That's fine. Anyone who devotes themselves to a company that only cares about what's in your wallet shouldn't have a say here. I am always off-put by greed, and I just feel like Nintendo it's just that. They're greedy. It's just another greedy company looking for your money. They know that the Nintendo superfans that will hate on this video and let their voices known in the comments will also pay $80 for the new Tamagotchi Life game. Some people are blind to it. All I'm trying to do is help you see the truth. And even if you do see the truth, it's okay to admit it and still buy their games. But we have to admit, Nintendo's business plans are not very good. Nintendo kind of sucks. This is the end of the video. I hope everyone enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, because if we get 1,000 subscribers before, I don't know, the end of the year, I'll buy myself a Switch 2. Yeah, I'll just waste all my money on a Switch 2 if we get 1,000 subscribers by December. I mean, it's either that or I eat a 10-foot sub and I have a sub party or something. Anyways, guys, remember, stay safe, stay healthy, stay sexy. I love you. Okay, bye.